At the beginning of this summer, a few of us had the opportunity to travel to China to give lectures to the faculty of Beijing Jiaotong University. Everything from the art and architecture to the students and faculty of BJTU speak to the dual nature of the school, the city, and the country. Founded as a school to support and run the railways, BJTU is now a thriving university with as many faculty as we have students. And while it may seem like any other college campus, there are signs everywhere that there is something bigger going on. The palaces and the parks, mountains and crowds, beautiful natural resources, and the man-made monuments that hold them captive. All these pairings exist and create beautiful bouquets of experience. Everywhere we looked, we saw the natural order striving against the marks of progress. Their celebrations of the natural resources in China are astounding and are only eclipsed by what they have been able to create from them. Everywhere, there is a tension between worlds. The juxtaposition of disparate ideas found throughout the city are astounding. Rural and urban, new and worn out, east and west, natural and man-made, ancient and modern, beautiful and grotesque, oppression and freedom. 9 years after the world converged on Beijing to celebrate our universally shared athletic endeavors, the buildings remain and continue to be developed as a public place for the Chinese people to come and relax, celebrate, and enjoy each other's company. The Olympic Park sits as an Ebenezer to the time when China was itself open to the West and its trappings. As the country bursts forward into an unprecedented era of modernity that almost looks familiar to us, it also maintains strains of the bygone era that, for many, continues today. A deep history of global influence is striving to peek through the near-modern communist era into an expanding 21st century globalized China with a burgeoning capitalist sector. And while as a country China moves forward with the rest of the developed world, the individual citizens are stuck in the middle of this ideological tug of war. Beijing is a city that beckons to the world, and it is eagerly awaiting the responses of businesses, schools, and individuals. The people are proud of their culture and they are eager to share it with us. As near history and ancient history mix with modern existence, it should be impossible for us to forget that one of the greatest resources China has always had is her people. People who work hard at whatever task they're given. People whose efforts and strivings have served to create and build everything from the vast network of highways and high-speed railways to the large majority of all consumer goods used in the world today, but who themselves live in the humblest of means, stuck between the rock of modern urban survival and the hard place of state-run, state-enforced nationalism. They work, live, and build, just like you and I. They've even adopted some of our lesser vices. But there's always the undeniable flavor and beauty of a culture much more weighty and aged than our own. In the weight and line of every ancient stone, carving, and artifact, one could feel the vastness of the world and the minuteness of the self. My colleagues and I were caught up in a whirlwind of engaging, observing, and contemplating everything it was we were seeing. There was simply too much to take in, too much to interpret, too much to think about. Too much of our own world that needed to adjust to make room for China. And not the China of our own popular culture or the China spoken to us by our own demagogues and media moguls, but rather a China made up of the amalgam of our own senses and our own understandings of history and of the subtext and meta-messaging in every physical experience we had. It was a pleasure and privilege to visit, to teach, and to engage the culture, the people, and the amazing cuisine. To be in the presence of wonders that both the ancient and modern worlds hold as benchmarks for the limits of human effort is humbling. To enjoy them in the presence of a different people is enriching. And to enjoy them while in conversation with peers and colleagues is exciting and challenging. As teachers, it was good to get to stretch our legs in a new context and see if our understanding of what education really is held true in a more universal setting. Dr. Green led seminars on college administration and global trends in higher education. Dr. Motter facilitated seminars for faculty on intercultural communication, as BJTU has a large number of international students. And I gave 9 unique lectures on innovative teaching techniques. This trip has opened our eyes to many possible opportunities, and we think it would be good for all of our faculty to engage in similar outward-facing explorations. Trips like this will only increase our university's cultivation of a strong global focus, our ability to engage Athens, and the richness of our own engagement with each other.